certainly been a lot that has happened. We're going to take a look at a timeline that one of our producers has come up with so that we can let you know play by play what we knew at the time. They say that law enforcement was dispatched for a possible shooting around 10:56 this morning. The base was put on lockdown a few minutes later at 11:04, and the emergency medical crews were sent to treat the wounded 5 minutes later at 11:09. They say the shooter was arrested at about 11:35. Of course, we want to show just how quickly they responded, how quickly there was treatment going on with these victims. And as we know that 5 soldiers were hurt, they were all taken to Wynn Army Hospital, which is right there on the base there at Fort Stewart. And also we've learned from Shay that 2 of those victims are being transported via ambulance because of the weather to make sure they get some treatment here at Memorial Health here in Savannah. As we know, Memorial is a level 1 trauma unit, so those are probably the more seriously injured. We're continuing to monitor that situation, and of course we're certainly praying for all who are involved.
We'll continue to bring you the reaction we're getting from local politicians as well. Senator Raphael Warnock, not just of Georgia, but of course a son of Savannah, now releasing a statement saying, quote, "I'm heartbroken to see the news of an active shooter incident at Fort Stewart today. I'm monitoring the situation closely and join all of Georgia as we pray for the safety of our service members, staff, and their families." And Dawn, like we were mentioning, there truly are so many families on Fort Stewart that are going to be impacted by this, not just the ones that are situated in the area of the 2nd Armored Brigade combat team, but the ones that have kids that go to any of the schools that were put on lockdown, that know anyone really that has been impacted by this in and around the base, which, like we're talking about, is so much of not just Hinesville, but the entire coastal empire.
That is true, and there's so many connections with Fort Stewart, not just the people in the immediate community, but of course Fort Stewart Honorary Airfield are, bases together. So there are a lot of people who are concerned, and I also want to tell people that just because this happened at the 2nd Armored Brigade combat team area does not necessarily mean that it was just someone from that unit. They are free
Absolutely.
to go and do business from combat teams and battalions as often as they need to. So we certainly want to just make sure that everyone is just thinking, and if you pray, say a prayer for the families and those who have been injured and the community as we go through this. And as you're asking me, I've been here a very long time and I can't remember anything like this ever happening. We've had issues at the bases, but never anything like this. It is certainly just very heartbreaking to hear that on a base where people sacrifice so much for all of us every single day, the minute that the nation needs them, they are gone. Fort Stewart Honorary Airfield are usually the first to go, and this is what they get here right on their base where they should feel safe.